Well, hello there, my spooky, dooky darlings. Happy Friday to one and all, and welcome to a speed build. Welcome to Hallow Manor. I really wanted to build a manor house, a smaller manor house. This is literally only a 2-bedroom manor house, but I've even made one of the bedrooms into an office. So it is a 1-bedroom manor house, and I wanted to use some lovely custom content. So that is what we've been and gone and done today. So I just really wanted to build this. I just had it in my head. I wanted something that almost looked like a bit of a converted church. You can see up in the top left, that's what it was going to be in the beginning. But the more I was building it, the more I was like, do you know what? It's resembling more of a manor house to me. And I actually got inspired from an AI image of a converted church that was like flopping about all over TikTok. And I was just like, oh, that looks really, really nice. Didn't see any of the exterior or anything, so I've kind of made up the exterior myself. But it looked amazing, and I was just like, do you know what? We're going to go for something like that. But the more I was building it, as I said, I was just like, it's not resembling a church to me now. It's almost looking a bit more like a manor house. So I decided on just making it a manor house instead. And this is it. Hello. Here we are. This is in the world of DevonBumpkin on a 50 by 40 lot. As I said, it's got 2 bedrooms. It's got a living room. It's got a conservatory. It's got a big, huge kitchen and dining room. And what I mean by huge, not kind of floor plan wise, but height wise. There's this like double height moment with this big church window that kind of floods in to the actual dining room area. And it just looks stunning. It really does. And I was very pleased with it. You can see the windows already on the church window, just around to the left there. But I end up putting it back on so you guys can kind of see where it goes. But yeah, very nice. It's also got a lovely little backyard area, little walled-in courtyard area with a greenhouse. And it's also got a kind of door that goes through the wall into a kind of veg patch. So there's like a vegetable patch here as well. But yeah, played around with a little bit of terrain manipulation today as well. So I did raise this up on a little hill. I just love this lot. This is the national park lot in DevonBumpkin. It is that 50 by 40 one. The lighting on this lot is to die for. It really, really is. So yeah, I love building big like manor houses on this lot. It's just perfect. I mean, just look at that. That's the evening light right there. And I just think it's gorgeous. I really do. But yeah, very nice. As I said, using lots of custom content. I use a lot of Felix's Chateau collection. It's one of my favorite collections in all CC. It's just absolutely stunning. And I had a lot of fun playing around with it. I really did. So yeah, that's where the dining room goes in there. There's this kind of like mezzanine level up onto the landing. You'll see that a bit further on. We stick a little chimney breast in here as well, because I really wanted to have a fireplace in the kind of living room library area. And there's 2 toilets in this house as well. You only see me furnish one. There is one on each level. I didn't think like you needed any more, considering it's only a 2-bedroom manor. So that's why I flopped them in. But yeah, it just came together really nicely, and I did have so much fun building this. I really did. I wanted to do something a little bit different, rather than doing like a really spooky kind of build. I have actually made this lot haunted. You can imagine this manor's probably been around since like the 1600s or something. So there's bound to be some kind of ghosty business going on. But with the interior, I really wanted this like dark academia vibe coming through. So you'll see that in the interiors, lots of dark woods, even on the ceiling. But I'd pop in some colors, some reds, some greens, and I just think it really works. And yeah, you'll see that a little bit further on when we get into the interiors, my sweets. Love these little corbel things here. I think these are from Felix's Berlin collection or Paris collection. I can't remember which one, but they just really looked lovely underneath the kind of like roof lines, or the eaves, the flaps, and it kind of just, yeah, it suited it really nicely. So this is where I was like, right, we're going to just pull it up slightly. So I pulled the whole build up slightly and raised the terrain up to it. And we have like a gradual sloping kind of like little pathway going up to the actual house itself. And then I frame in the house with a big hedge, so it kind of feels very private. I play around with curved walls. And what I mean by curved walls is the debug curved walls, not the ones that we've got in game. Because they're absolutely shit, aren't they, to be honest with you? And yeah, I sink them into the ground, and it just makes it really interesting. It's very simple. It came together really nicely. It took me a few days to do this. I don't know how many hours this took me to build. I think it took me about 7 hours to build this. I just kept going back to it throughout the week, and I've only just finished up today, actually. And today is Friday, as I said. Hope you have a lovely weekend. What are you getting up to? I always love to hear from you guys and what you're getting up to. I don't even know what I'm getting up to this weekend. Oh, tell a lie. I am, well, we're going for a dog walk on Sunday because my brother, I'm sure I've said this on a vlog before. A vlog? This is not a vlog, Hayden. I'm sure I've said this on a video before. My brother has Daisy's sister. So we are going to be taking Rosie and Daisy out for a walk together on Sunday. We've hired out this big like paddock where you can just let them run wild. It's like, I think it's like 3 acres or something. So I'm very excited. Can't wait for that. Very excited indeed. Yes, indeed. So as I said, I really wanted to make this feel very private. So I wrapped the Hedge of Dreams, which is from the Debug Get Together expansion. And it really just, I didn't want it to feel like it was like completely separated from the countryside. I still wanted this like a blended feeling, but I still wanted to make it look like it's got boundaries, you know. So that's why I used that, and it really worked. Playing around with these arches here as well, because with the courtyard garden, I really wanted this lovely big arch to be on the half wall that we've got going up here. Quite a tall half wall, again for privacy reasons. That was another thing. I wanted a little bit of privacy with this, so it kind of like is the elevation of this. If people walking past, they could see you in the garden, you know. So that was important to me. So that's what I did. I put up this big half wall, and then I put a little door here that comes out to where we're going to be putting the veg patch, and it really worked. I had a bloody good time building this. This is one of my favorite styles to build. Is like kind of like English country house looking sort of things. So they're my favorite. One of my favorites. My absolute favorite is modern. We all know that. But yeah, really want to do a modern build. I'm thinking about doing a really high-end modern mansion for Christmas, like in Mount Carmarebi or like up in the snow. I'm thinking about doing that this year. But yeah, that's what I was on about with the curved wall. You can see I've already put it in. I've manipulated it with the tool mod and sunk it into the ground. I just wanted something a little bit interesting kind of wrapping around the house. And then I go up and frame the hedges all the way around it. I also sink them down with a tool mod as well, just so they're like, yeah, you know, fitting into the ground and whatnot. But it just, I loved that. And then here I was like, we're going to play around with some more curves as well. So I used the smaller hedge and just give this side of the house a bit of separation from the actual front entrance area as well, which is where I put the big Victorian gate from Vampires as well. Using this amazing flagstone flooring from Felixander. I can't remember what pack this is from. I think it could be the... Oh, I don't want to say because I can't remember. Maybe the... Nope, I'm not going to say because I don't remember. But it's from one of them. One of Felix's very many gorgeous packs. And yeah, absolutely loved how it came together. I really bloody did. This is me looking for that little jungle adventure fence so I can wrap in all of these bushes and... yeah, if you're hearing like weird noises, I've got my gym clothes on, and you know it's that horrible material, so you can probably hear it scratching around. And that's it. Anyway, waffling on, aren't I? So, as I said, that big gate from Vampires, and then I wanted this lovely kind of like, what would you call it? There's not really a driveway because this is in the middle of the countryside. There's no roads connecting here really, but it's just this lovely big kind of like paved walkway that kind of wraps all the way around, and I loved it. And then I put in lots more like trees and hedges and stuff into the areas that we missed out. And it just really bloody worked. It really did. I loved it. Love the little arched porch area that we've got going on there. I use a lot of Felix's stuff in this house. I just think it really suited it. And yeah, came together rather deliciously indeed. Lots of terrain paints. I, as always, did all the terrain painting, and then what happened, I think you can guess what happened with the terrain paints when I came back to it the next day. They all disappeared. So I had to go through and re terrain paint everything that I'd already done. So that was fun. That was probably why it took me 7 hours to build this, because I had to go through and correct everything that the Sims game were messing up. How very dare. But I still think it came together nicely in the end. I think this house would look really nice at Christmas as well. I do end up decorating this house a little bit for Halloween as well. I put some pumpkins, or just like the October month itself. I put some pumpkins outside the front door. I really wanted to have like an autumnal feel with this. So you can see I've like played around with the colour of the ivy and the trees that I've used. I've made sure they're kind of like pops of oranges and greens and stuff. And yes, I do. I'm just happy with how this came together. I really am. I will get this up on the gallery next week once I come back. I've still got to get my last build, the nightclub as well, Clouds. I've got to get that up on the gallery as well. So I'll make sure to do that next week for you guys. I just haven't had a chance to flop on and get it all, you know, hashtagged and uploaded and whatnot. So I promise to get them up for you guys next week. But with my CC, it is all the same CC that I use always. I've got a Google Doc that you can go and download everything from there. So as long as you've got that whole Google Doc, you'll have everything in game. And that's just the way I do things now, rather than listing it all out, because it just takes a lot of time to do that. And I have not got a lot of time to do things these days because I'm just a very busy boy with this channel. I really am, and I'm having a lovely time, I must say. But yeah. Anyway, what are you doing for Halloween? I never tend to do anything for Halloween anymore. Not that I'm old, not when I'm older. I used to go out. I used to go out with my friends for Halloween and go to parties and stuff. And I just couldn't think of anything worse now, to be honest with you. I really couldn't. So I tend to stay in, turn all my lights off in my house so I don't have to answer the door to anybody, and watch horror films. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing this Halloween day as well. There's a new horror that I really want to see. I can't remember what it's called, but I've seen an advert for it where she holds like this like statue hand and it kind of grabs it and she kind of like goes into this like demonic trance. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks amazing, and I've heard it's really quite scary, so it takes a lot to get me scared. I don't really tend to get very scared with horror films. Horror games is a different story. Horror games absolutely terrify me. And I think the scariest horror game I've ever played has got to be Alien Isolation. I couldn't even complete it because I used to have nightmares when I was little about the xenomorph from Alien. That creature used to absolutely terrify me. And yeah, so that is my scariest horror film. That's a hard one because there's lots of different ones out there that scare me for lots of different reasons. But the scariest horror film that I watched recently, or recently-ish, I've seen it probably like in the last 2 years, is It Follows. I think I've talked about this on the channel before. That film, for some reason, just really freaked me out. There was something about it. I don't know what it was. But yeah. Let me know any horror recommendations for me for Halloween would be lovely. I mean, I must admit I have probably seen them all, but please let me know down below because I would like to know. Anything like psychological or like paranormal would really scare me. I don't really get scared of like Saw or like gory kind of like films. They just don't scare me. Anyway, I'm waffling on. We've done the whole garden here. So this is the courtyard, the walled courtyard, where I've put in a little fountain. You just saw me doing the greenhouse area there. And I think it came together really nicely. It was very cute. I wanted it very simple out here as well. So I put in, as you can see, a fountain, a greenhouse. I do a big like patio table and chairs for when they've got guests over. And I also do a smaller kind of couple of chairs just facing the fountain in case they want to come out and just listen to the water, you know. And yeah, very nice. I'm going to cough. 1 second. You excuse me. I had to cough. How annoying. And I can't stop these voiceovers when I do the speed build because I am watching this as it continues onwards. And if I had to stop this and like re-record, it wouldn't work. So you'll have to excuse me there. I should have just coughed straight into the mic. I won't do that to you, I promise. I won't do that to you, my darlings, I promise. What have we got coming up on the channel next week? Well, we've got more of the practical magic build coming next week. And I am going to maybe bring out a Design Me Devon next week as well. We haven't done a Design Me Devon in a long time. And maybe we can flop on over and do another Google Earth build as well. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what I can get done. No promises, but I'm sure I should be okay with those videos. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens indeed. But yeah, this little courtyard garden is really cute. Do I do a table out here? I can't remember what table I put there, to be honest with you. I think I was struggling to sort of think about something out here. I was just like, wood. I was like, that looks too... Yeah, oh, we're gone. Oh, it's the little glass one there, look. It was the little glass one. You might have missed it, but it's actually next to the chairs now. So this is where I decided to wall in the little veg patch that we're going to do. So I put in the cottage living wall, the kind of like dry stone wall. And dry stone wall, that sounds weird. I don't know what it's called. It's just a stone wall, Aiden, for goodness sake. There we go. And yeah, I end up growing pumpkins out here, loves. And I put in another big tree at the back here as well. Took a while for me to get this configuration right, that with all of these like little patches, the little growing patches. I was like, what orientation can I do here? And then I was like, we're going to need a few boxes as well. So I get out a few of these planters. And I was just like, do you know what? This isn't enough. So I think I do like 3 down on each side. Yeah, that's right. And then I just shuffle them down to this area here. That's correct. That's a nice little layout there. And I don't know what I end up doing. Oh, a little bit of stone there. A little bit of stone going through on that part. And we're into the interior. So this is the main living room and library area. So it was a very big room and it was kind of awkwardly laid out. But what I decided on doing was having this as the kind of like library nook. And I've already pre-filled up these bookcases with lots and lots of books. As I said, we're going for that dark academia. Or was it dark academia? I don't know. We go for that kind of vibe in here. So it's very moody, but lots of like blood reds and all of these gorgeous colours like come into fruition. And yeah, I was just really pleased with how it looked in the end. Really, really was. Lots of candles and stuff as well. You can imagine like some kind of like spooky murder mystery being in this house. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. Look at that little telephone on that little table in the window. It's cute. That's from Felix as well. I think that was part of his chateau collection. I think it was. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it was part of his chateau collection. And yeah, stunning. Love these sofas as well. These sofas are from Felixander, the chateau. I actually move all of this over. Once I'd finished furnishing this little area here was just looking a little bit too crowded, and everywhere else had kind of like bigger open spaces. So I ended up shuffling everything over and it just balanced out the room a little bit better. But I just really love how this room came out. It was very simply laid out and very nice indeed. And this is where we are into the kitchen. So kitchen, is it my favorite room? I think it's my favorite room because of the big church window that we've got in here. I just think it adds a bit of drama into this room. And yeah, I really like it. I really like how this came out. Using the chateau kitchen as well. End up changing these cupboards that I'm putting up now for the shelving that came with the chateau. You'll see that in the video tour at the end, I think. I think that's when it comes, and you can see it. And I also put the fridge in a separate little like mini pantry that has got a secret bookcase door that you can get out into the conservatory area. And I just thought that was a very good touch. Dining room directly below the big church window. I just thought it again added drama. Didn't want to do like big gothic like candelabras or anything in here. That wasn't the kind of vibe I was going for. I still wanted a gothic edge to this place, but I really wanted it to be a little bit more. Some of it's very semi-updated, a little bit modern, especially the staircase. I end up going for some glass, the glass staircase and fencing from Get Together, just to bring a little bit of modernity. You can see it there at the top of the screen. We go for a glass fence, and I just think it really worked. And that's that little secret bookcase door that goes into the pantry, and you can cut through the kitchen and go straight out into the courtyard area as well. So there's a nice big flow around the ground floor area of this house, and I liked that. I very much did. And this is the conservatory. I like how the conservatory came out as well. I ended up putting a little upright piano in here as well. I just thought that would have been nice to play the piano maybe under the stars on a moody winter's night, or you know, I was just feeling all of those vibes in this house. And yeah, nice little place to come out and sit and just, I did want a little skill building item, so that's why the piano came into play there. But very nice indeed. This is the main bedroom, the boudoir. Look at those beautiful canopy curtains. Again, part of Felix's chateau collection. Absolutely stunning. Come in some amazing swatches, including that gorgeous new wardrobe that we've got there as well. Very nice indeed. Yes, it is. What else should we put in here? Oh, little dresser in the window area there. Stunning. Little chair in the corner. Good touch, Aiden. Well done. And I used I can't remember what pack. I think this might have been, oh no, I don't know what this pack is from. It is from Felix though. I just can't remember what those portraits come with now. And And yeah, nice little moody bedroom. I'm for it. And then office. So very simply, I put up some more bookcases up here. We put a little desk in the corner by the window. And I just think it came together really nicely. I really did. Anyway, my darlings, I hope you have the most marvellous weekend. You're going to go and watch a video tour right about now. And I'll see you all again on Tuesday. Goodbye.